Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown. The Edmonton Oilers coming through in a big way tonight. A shootout, 3-2 victory over the Los Angeles Kings. Two huge points in the standings, obviously. Hate to see the Kings get one of those points, but at least the Oilers are the team that walks away with the second point tonight. They were down 2-0 at one point, come back, get the 3-2 shootout victory here tonight. This win doesn't happen, I got to mention, without two guys named Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with a goal line save for the Oilers in overtime. Stops the Kings from getting that one. And then Derek Ryan with the shootout winner ices this victory for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. But let's break it down here from the beginning. So the Oilers and Kings taking on each other for the first time since last year's playoffs. Obviously, the Oilers, as we know, have taken out the Kings the last 2 years. I'm sure the Oilers and Kings will meet again this year in the playoffs. It's pretty much always a guarantee at this point, kind of like the old days when the Oilers played the Dallas Stars all the time. But getting ahead of ourselves here, we still got another half a season to go. The Oilers facing former netminder Cam Talbot tonight. Talbot was good, but the Oilers, as I said, do eventually get the better of him on the night. It was game number 600 for Connor McDavid. He had a hell of a night. Evander Kane out for the Oilers tonight with a groin injury, so that one was definitely a tough one for the Oilers. They definitely missed Evander Kane tonight, what he brings, the toughness, kind of keeping guys like Drew Doughty in check for the Kings. Doughty was running around a lot tonight, chirping after every penalty called against the Kings. He was trying to get anything he could going the Kings' way. Really physical, but the Oilers do manage to overcome him on the night. Raphael Lavoie called up in Evander Kane's place in the lineup. He gets in on the fourth line for the Oilers, playing with James Hamlin there. Ben Gleason was sent down to Bakersfield earlier today. He ends up having a big game for the Condors tonight. I'll go over that in a couple minutes. But starting out tonight, the Oilers definitely coming out flat. The Kings, by far the better team in the first period. They outshoot the Oilers 11-2. Have a note here again. Yeah, the Oilers really missing Kane there in the first. Oh, just had a light burned out. That's why I got a little darker in here. Should still be able to see me, though. Technical difficulties. There you go. Anyway, like I said, the Kings out shooting the Oilers 11-2 here, really missing Evander Kane on the night. The Kings with two blasts from Kevin Fiala and Adrian Kempe had a 2-0 lead after the first period. Stuart Skinner, definitely the best player for the Oilers in the first, kept them in it with some huge saves. In the second, though, Connor McDavid on the power play does his trademark top shelf move, puts it in off the shoulder of Cam Talbot, makes it 2-1. The Oilers are immediately back in the hockey game from that point on. Shortly thereafter, on the 4-on-4, Connor steals the puck, feeds Leon Draisaitl in front for the one-timer. That ties the game 2-2. That would be all the offense we would see until the shootout later in the hockey game. The Oilers out shooting the Kings 13-7 in the second period. There was a really strange call on Raphael Lavoie, basically the biggest moment you saw out of Lavoie in this hockey game. Adrian Kempe skating off the bench, runs right into Lavoie. Lavoie gets an interference penalty for the play. Thankfully, nothing came out of it. There was no power play goal or anything for the Kings, but a really strange call. Basically, the officiating all over the place tonight. But, like I said, both teams overcome. After that 2-2 Leon Draisaitl goal, nothing until overtime. And like I said, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, that goal line save for the Oilers. I think he got his glove on it, didn't cover it. Obviously, very important. Having your glove in the crease can get a penalty that way, but Nuge just knocks the puck away, keeps the score 2-2. I thought the Kings were definitely the better team in overtime. They got the better chances, so huge relief for the Oilers to get through there. And Connor, Nuge, and Derek Ryan, the overtime heroes, they all score in the shootout there. Mumbling my words here. Yeah, Connor, Nuge, and Derek Ryan, the overtime heroes here. Derek Ryan ultimately getting that big shootout winner for the Oilers. They get their fourth straight win here, improved to 17-15-1 on the season. So Great way here for the Oilers to almost close out 2023. They do have one more game left this year, tomorrow night against the Anaheim Ducks. So definitely another winnable game. Hopefully the Oilers can keep this streak going, pick up some points in the standings that they most definitely need. We'll possibly see some changes here coming up shortly. Ken Holland was in Bakersfield watching the last two games for the Condors. Tonight, Ben Gleason, who was sent down to Bakersfield, picks up 2 goals for the Condors. Jack Campbell, 31 saves in a 4-2 Condors win over the Barracuda. So the talk lately has been that Olivier Rodrigue could potentially be getting a recall up to the Edmonton Oilers, and the Oilers going with Skinner and Rodrigue for a while. We know the Oilers, for months now, have been in on the goalie hunt. Elliot Friedman giving us a brief update in the second intermission tonight on Hockey Night in Canada. Obviously, there's nothing imminent, but the Oilers probably looking to get something done here before February or in late January. But I think before they pull the trigger on anything, they probably want to get a look at Olivier Rodrigue. Obviously, the plan to start all this was to send Jack Campbell down, eventually bring him back up. But to this point, Campbell has just been all over the place in Bakersfield, not showing himself to be reliable enough. Obviously, good to see Soup in front of Ken Holland, picking up 31 saves, getting a win. But I still think we're going to see Rodrigue get that recall for the Oilers here. It's possible maybe after this California road trip. We don't have any indication yet as to when exactly the call-up will be, but I'm thinking after the road trip would probably be a good time. Calvin Pickard has played well in relief for the Oilers as well, but ultimately I think Rodrigue is obviously more the future for the Edmonton Oilers, so they kind of want to see what they have in Rodrigue. Because if you go in and you bring in another goaltender with term, then you have Skinner and this guy with whoever the new guy is with term, potentially blocking Olivier Rodrigue from getting up with the team. So I don't know, maybe something else to keep an eye on too if the Oilers do bring in another goaltender. Maybe it's a guy with an expiring contract, but I don't know. We'll see what happens here over the next few days and weeks, guys. It should be interesting, but for this one tonight, great character win for the Oilers. Bad first period, obviously, but a strong 40 minutes to close it out. Stuart Skinner keeps his team in, gives his team a chance. That's what the Oilers need from their goaltending. The big guns come through, Connor and Leon, the goals to tie it up, and then a depth guy like Derek Ryan coming in, getting in the shootout winner. Absolutely huge for the Edmonton Oilers tonight. As I say, once again, they improved to 17, 15, and 1, 4-game winning streak, 1 game to go in 2023 tomorrow night against the Anaheim Ducks. So I think I'll wrap it up there for tonight, guys, but let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. See you guys tomorrow night. Take care.